Yeah, hello and welcome to my channel. So basically, we want to start the class, which means that we are not going to wait for anyone. So I'll just quickly go to my screen, and then I think I have about 6 students watching now. I'm expecting more than that, but because of time, and then you all have to go and revise for exams, so we are not going to waste time to wait for anyone. We are just going to go straight ahead to start. So yeah, so feel free. I'm trying as much as possible to monitor the chat section. So if you have any issues, okay, I can hear myself. So if you have any issue, just let me know in the chat section. So let's go to the board. So this is what we will be looking at. So the questions are already posted there, and there are current possible answers. So what I'll do is that I'll give, for each question, I'm going to give 30 seconds or 1 minute for you to try your hands on them. And then once that time is up, we are all quickly going to post in the comment section what we think our answer is. Once we post in the comment section what we think our answer is, then I'll come back and solve. Once I'm done solving, we'll compare the answers, and then if you have any issues, as I said, the chat section is being monitored, so you can actually prompt me or you can actually discuss with us, including any other students on the platform, what you did right and what you did wrong. Okay, so this is more or less an interactive class, and I'm hoping that this kind of interactive class would will continue, especially during the Trinity term. We'll use this way to teach the new topics we have. Then we'll also integrate some form of Zoom at some point in order to take some feedbacks and do some tutorials or discussions. But the main lessons will still be on YouTube for mathematics. I don't know for other subjects anyway. So basically that is it. Without wasting time, I would start, and then I'll be writing with blue, deep blue, purple, green, black, and yellow marker on the whiteboard. Today is not a blackboard. I just decided to try the whiteboard to see how it goes. Okay. So someone is complaining about my voice. Please can you let me know what exactly is wrong with my voice. Okay. Exactly is wrong with my voice. Okay, so I just checked my voice. There's nothing wrong with it, so I guess I can proceed. So this is the question we have. Now with this one, I'll try as much as possible to point the topic, and then point the topic, and also how do you call it? Discuss some theories or concepts around the topic, and then I'll give you 1 minute to do your solution, and once you are done with it, you can just humbly post the answer in the comment section. So this one is basically a topic under indices. Okay, so indices is just the plural form of index. Okay, and index has to do with what? Powers of numbers. Okay, so this is a topic under powers of numbers. Okay, so basically you have 1 minute to try this question, which is the very first one, and this one is basically indices relating to equations. So we have to find the value of x. If technically they say you should solve the equation, it basically means that if you have a variable in that equation, you should find the value of that variable. So 1 minute, everyone. I think I have 14 students now, so I'm expecting 14 answers in the chat section. So your time starts now. So I think by now you've done roughly about 20 seconds. I think you've done 20 seconds. Thirty seconds gone. So with this one, I'm not looking for how do you call it? I'm not looking for exact solution. Okay, so I think answers are being posted already. So we'll just wait for the 1 minute to be up, and then we'll continue to see if the answer is correct. Okay. Okay, so it's good to see some students here. Okay, so the 1 minute is up, so we'll just go straight to the solution for this question. So with the solution, we have this as an equation, and then using the concept of indices, basically, all we need to do is to ensure that we identify the various, how do you call it, the various components when it comes to an indices question. So this will be the base number, and then this will be the index. Okay, and this will also be the base number, and this will be the index. Okay, now the rule says that once you are able to get your base numbers to be the same, then you can actually relate the index. Okay, you can actually equate the index. If you have your base numbers to be the same, then you can equate your index, which is the powers that you have there. Okay, now these powers are not straightforward. Okay, these powers are not straightforward. They are a bit more of a variable kind of inclusion of what the powers. Okay, so what we will do now is that when we look at the base numbers, the rule says that we should make the base numbers the same. That's the first way of having it easy when we are solving indices question. Okay, so the rule actually says that what we should ensure that the base numbers are the same. By ensuring that the base numbers are the same, it basically means that when we have 2 and we have 8, just ensure that the highest base number is actually changed to the lowest. Okay, the highest base number is actually changed to the lowest, because that's the easiest way you can actually change the base number. So with this one, the base number is 2. Okay, so which means that one number will 2 raised to the power what, or 2 raised to the power which index will actually give us what, 8. And with that one, all we need to do is to do 2 times 2 times 2 several times, and then we'll do our multiplication to see at which point we get 8. So 2 times 2 will give us 4 times 2, 8. So how many 2's did we multiply? 3. We multiplied 3 of the 2's. Okay, so having that, all we need to do is to basically, so let me rewrite quickly. Sorry, someone was saying that they can't access the video. I believe all of you used the link that was posted in the groups to access the video, right? But some people are complaining. So we have 2 raised to the power 3, okay, because we multiplied 2 how many times? 3 times. And then because this power was here, okay, because this 3 minus x was there, we just have to put in bracket and then join it quickly. Let me just clean that x that I wrote. Okay, so that'll be minus x. So having this, now the base numbers are the same. So once the base numbers are the same, the whole process becomes easy for us. And then once the whole process becomes easy for us, what we need to concentrate on will be just this 2 index we have here. Okay, so remember there is an equal sign between them, so it comes into bracket 9x minus 3 equal 3 into bracket 3 minus x. And then all we have to do is to expand where we need to expand. Now for this one, there's no coefficient or any multiple in front of it, so it's just going to be 9x minus 3. And then with this one, we'll have to expand, which will end up getting 9 plus 3. Okay, once we have that, all we need to do quickly is to 9 plus 3x. All we need to do quickly is to ensure that, no, it's supposed to be negative. Okay, 9 plus 3 is actually 9 plus 3x. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted because I don't know, some parents are saying they can't access the video by the link I posted in the group. I'm wondering how that is possible. So let's see. So basically this is it. So now what we need to do is to group like terms. So it becomes 9x plus 3x. Okay, 9x plus 3x means that this 3 here is negative, so when it goes to the other side, it's going to be positive. We have 9 already here. This 3 here is also what, negative. So when it comes to this side, it becomes positive. And then when we do our addition, we'll end up getting 12x here. And then we'll get 12 here. So we'll just divide both sides by what, 12. And then we'll cancel. And then the same number dividing itself will basically be 1. So that's how come our answer is 1. So if you chose C, then your answer is correct. And I believe all those who posted in the group had their answer correct. Okay. So as usual, we'll move to the next question. We'll move to the next question. But before we move to the next question, I would like to give a sample question for you to try. So please try this one, which should be similar to what you have on the board. Okay, which should be similar to what you have on the board. Okay, so you have to find the value of n, or you have to solve. Okay, so copy it and then try your hands on it. This is not an assignment, it's just for you to try, so you can write it in your notebook and try your hands on it. Remember, we are doing this for our long-term exams, and for those who are writing these, this is a good revision for you. That's how come you are here, and that's how come you are part of us. So copy that quickly, and then we'll see how best you can move to the next step. The next question. Okay. Please let me know if you are done copying. Please let me know if you are done copying. Please let me know if you are done copying. Okay, so I believe by now this is a simple thing that you should be done copying. You should be done copying. So we'll move to the next question. And the next question basically, when you look at it closely, is a standard form question. It's a standard form question, and even with all indications, they are saying that you should leave your answer in standard form. Okay, so that should also be a clue to what you are supposed to do in order to get the solutions to that. Okay, so we have to solve this in standard form, or we have to leave an answer in standard form. So 1 minute, within 1 minute, kindly solve and post your answer so that we can all discuss before I present the solution. So we are waiting. I think 20 seconds is already gone. We have 1 minute to try this question. 1 minute to try this question. We'll discuss it. Okay, so once you are done, just push your answer in the comment section. I think 2 people are done with it. We are 21, so I'm expecting 21 answers. Okay, so the first one, this is 8 raised to the power 8, and this is raised to the power negative 5. Okay, so those who can see the powers, we actually have 6.4 times 10 raised to the power 8 by 3.1 times 10 raised to the power negative 5. You have about 25 seconds. So try your hands on it. We have 20 or 21 students now, so I'm expecting that with those 20 or 21 students, I'm expecting 21 solutions. Just try it. It doesn't matter if you get it wrong or not, okay? So just try it, and then we'll solve it together anyway. So you just have to try it. Okay, so I believe 1 minute is up. So what we are going to do is that we are quickly going to solve. We're quickly going to solve. So I'll just write here solution. And then with solution, all we need to do basically is to identify that this is actually a standard form question, as I've already indicated. Okay, and then you can even see it in the question that you should leave your answer in standard form. Okay, more answers are coming in. So we'll verify very soon to see if our answer is correct. Okay, so to solve this, basically, it means that what you can do, okay, is either to go straight ahead to concentrate on multiplication of these two numbers. And then once you are done doing the multiplication, you also consider this two different powers. Now, but the powers, you're going to use the principle of indices, okay? You're going to use the principle of indices, which says that when you have the same base number, which will be this 10, and then its multiplication, what the powers do is what they add. So you're going to use that principle. So first of all, we are just going to basically rearrange. Once they say multiplied by, means it's multiplication that is between them. So we can say times what? 3.1 times what? 10 raised to the power negative 5. So we just have to rearrange, which will be this. Okay, let me just clean this one and write it properly. So we'll have this times 10 raised to the power 8 times 10 raised to the power negative 5. Okay, so having that, what will happen is we basically need to solve this part of it, which is this multiplication that we have here. We need to solve that part, which is the multiplication, and we do the box nicely. Okay, so we need to solve this multiplication that we have here. Now, so that brings us to another topic we want to concentrate on, which says, or which will help us solve this in the right way. So how do you multiply decimals? So basically, you multiply decimals just the way you multiply you do your normal multiplications, but you just have to take note of the decimal place. So with this one, we have 1, 2, so 2 decimal place. Write that somewhere so that you don't forget, and then you go straight ahead to do the multiplication. So with the multiplication, the traditional way of doing the multiplication, which this should give us 4, this should give us 6, and then this should give us 12. So we'll put 2 here, and then 1 will be here. This should give us 18, and then that will give us 19. Okay, so we'll just write 19. But at the end of the day, when you do your multiplication, you should have your answer, and then your answer should be answer basically should be 19.84. Okay, 19.84. Let me just clean this quickly and then do that calculation for you so that you understand it better. For those who have actually forgotten how to do that, so it's actually 6.4 and then 3.1. Okay, and as I said, you have to just ensure that you know the number of decimal places that's in this. So for this one, because there's a decimal here and there's only one number after the decimal place, and then because there's a decimal here and there's only one number after the decimal place, we'll say, well, how many decimal places? 2. Okay, so we'll state that, and then we'll just do our traditional calculation. Okay, so this times this will give us 4. This times this will give us 6. Okay, and then we'll come here. This times this will give us 2, and then this sorry, to give us 12. So remember 1. Then we'll leave our 2 here. This time this will give us 18 plus 1. That will be what? 19. Okay. Then we'll do our addition. This will give us 4, 8, 9, 1. And then remember 2 decimal place. So if the decimal is here, we flip 1, 2. So the answer is 19.84. Okay. So with this answer is going to be replaced with this. So let me go back and do this. Okay, it's going to be replaced with that. So now it becomes 19.84 times 10 raised to the power 8 times 10 raised to the power negative 5. Okay, once we've established that, what we need to do quickly basically is to solve this part of it. Okay, we need to solve this part of it. So let me just draw a box to indicate which part we need to solve. So we need to solve this part of it, and we're going to use the principle of indices. Using the principle of indices basically will mean that we need an answer, and then getting that answer as I said, when you have a raised to the power b times a raised to the power c, the base numbers are the same, so it becomes a raised to the power what, b plus what, c, because it's multiplication. So we are going to be using that principle to solve that. So that would be 10 raised to the power, because it's multiplication, the powers are going to add 8 plus into brackets negative what, 5. Now it is into brackets negative 5 basically because we have addition here. We don't want to do 8 plus minus 5. Okay, so you have to separate what, the negative and then the so this basically means you have 8 CDs but you owe 5 CDs, so when you pay you end up having 3. So it will be 19.84 times 10 raised to the power of 3. But when you come to the possible answers, you realize that we have 1.984. All of them are 1.984. It is only the index that is what, different. Okay, so with this one we have 3, but our decimal place we have about what, 2, this 2 decimal place, this 3 decimal place. So we need to make this what, 3 decimal place. So by making a 3 decimal place basically means that we're going to move this way. So when we move this way, we'll end up getting 1.984, but the index will change. Okay, now how will the index change? We use what, the number line as reference point. So we have negative and then we have positive here. So if I'm flipping this way, my power should be what, positive. Okay, so it basically means that if this is 3 to be what, plus 1, which will give me 1.984 times what, 10 raised to the power 4. Okay, so basically this is our answer, and I believe most of you had this answer because in the group, let me turn on my phone and see the chat section. In the group, I believe you had the answer to be B. Okay, you had the answer to be B. So basically the answer is B. For those who had it correct, well done, congratulations. I'm going to write a sample question on the right hand side of the board, and then you're going to try that. Okay, you're going to try that. So this is a sample question. They are saying that you should let me just go straight for it. 8.2 times 10 raised to the power negative 2 by 1.9 times 10 raised to the power 3. Okay, so they are saying you should solve that. Leave your answer in standard form. So in standard form. Okay, standard form. Okay, so basically that is it for the second question. We are going to move to the third one, but as usual, we'll be given 1 minute to solve. Okay, sorry. I think I wrote in the labels up there. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to just move it to this side for you. Okay, so I believe it's better now. So let me know if you can now see. Okay, so basically that is it. So we are moving to the next one, which happens to be fractions. So 1 minute. This is a long fraction, but I'm believing that within 1 minute you should get the answer to this, because these are actually exam questions, and they are actually how do you call it, objective questions. Okay, so with objective questions, what you need to do technically for objective questions, not more than 1 minute, 3 seconds or 30 seconds, you should have the answer. Okay, not more than 1 minute, 30 seconds, you should have the answer. But this one, I'm giving you 1 minute, so that the time starts now. If you have the answer, just post it in the chat section. If you have the answer, just post it in the chat section. Okay. Okay, so some answers are already popping in for the fraction question on the board. Some answers are popping in for the fraction questions of the board in less than 1 minute. So I think we should have 30 seconds more to go. I think we should have 30 seconds more to go for the next question. Okay, I think we should have 30 seconds more to go. So we are going to discuss into details how to solve this. Most people would think, okay, this is straightforward, but there are some issues that you might run into when solving this. Okay, so we are going to talk about all those issues, and then we'll see how best you can quickly solve this within the set time. I might not use a fast way of solving it because I'm trying to explain almost everything from beginners level to you, so I might delay a bit in my solution, but you should be able to solve this in less than 1 minute. Okay, so the 1 minute is up, so we are going to quickly go and solve. We'll quickly go and then solve this. So I'll just change the marker color to blue, and then when we look at this closely, this is a typical fraction question, and it involves different operations. So once it involves different operations, we are required to use board math. We are required to use board math. Okay, so in using board math, basically, there are certain things we need to talk about. I'm not going to go into the details of the meaning of what board math is, and then why the 0 is not, the O there is not off, and all that. I believe I've spoken about it several times. So now, by now, you should have a better understanding of it. Okay, so most answers posted are written for C. Okay, the possible answer C. But I believe that we are actually doing the work, and people are not just posting answers because they've seen other people post it. So I trust you. I know you've actually tried it, and it's not just a cut and paste issue. Okay, we are not here to impress anyone, by the way. So quickly, what we will look at this, we are using board math, as I already said. Okay, we are using board math, as I already said. But the first thing we need to do is that looking at this, it's very difficult to mix fractions. When you have mixed fractions in a fraction that has a lot of operations, it's very difficult to relate mixed fractions with other fractions. So it's better for us to change that mixed fraction to what? Improper fractions. So changing that mixed fraction to improper fractions, basically, we are going to look at how to change a mixed fraction to an improper fraction. So if I have a whole number a and then the fraction b over c, it actually means that a plus what? B over c is the thing. And how do we change this mixed fraction to an improper fraction? We need to do this by basically, let me write this again so that we can use it to demonstrate. And then I'm going to change the color. So multiplication, when you multiply the denominator by the whole number, the answer you get, you add it to the numerator, and then you maintain the value of the denominator. Okay, so it's basically, we are going to do that for all the mixed fractions in the question. So for this one, the first one, we're going to get 27 over 4, because 4 times that will give us 24 plus 3, 27 over 4. And then for the next one, we should get, okay, so for this one, we had 27 over what? 4. And then for this one, we should get, looking at it, we should get 64 over 3. Okay, 64 over 3. 3 times 21 should give us 63 plus 1, 64 over what? 3. Remember, we have to maintain the denominator. Okay, so using that, we have to change this one also. So changing this mixed fraction, we should get, this should give us 9 over 4. Okay, so now let's just assume that we've changed it, but I'll just write the question out again, and then we are going to use that to start our solution. Okay, this multiplication, so we just, okay, so we'll have this actually 21 whole number. Okay, so 21 whole number. Let me put those ones in brackets. Okay, so solution, everything in a fraction question that involves a lot of operation signs are very important. So the bracket is important. Okay, so let's take note of it. When we are rewriting the question, we shouldn't leave out some of the things, except for this full stop that they'll put here. That's just because they are trying to say it's in a sentence form, so that's how I can be doing those full stops. But those full stops are not actually part of them, unless maybe the question is related to what? Decimals. Okay, but we are not looking at decimals, we are just looking at fractions, even though fractions are actually decimals in another form. Okay, so but that's not the point. Okay, so basically with this one, using board math, brackets first will mean that we're going to solve what is in the brackets first. But before we solve that, we need to replace all the mixed fractions with what? Improper fractions. Okay, so Irama is saying C equals 4. Please come again. The possible answers, we have 1/4. Can you see the possible answers? Can everyone see the possible answers? Please let me know in the chat section so that if you can't see, I can enlarge the diagram. Okay. So having that, what will happen is that we will have 27/4 divided by into bracket 64/3 times 9/4 minus 21. Okay. Okay, so with my next question, I'll just try and enlarge it. Okay, I'll try and enlarge the diagram. So having this, basically what we need to do quickly is to go ahead and solve, and we have to solve what is in the bracket first. We have to solve what is in the bracket first, and then to solve what is in the bracket first, technically we also need to apply board math. So in the bracket first, we have multiplication and subtraction, and when it comes to board math, multiplication happens before the subtraction. So we need to do the multiplication aspect before we even subtract. Okay, so even though we are doing the brackets first, we still need to apply board math in it. So don't worry, those who are saying they can't really see, I will enlarge the questions once I'm done with this one. So let's just manage till I do that in my next question. Okay, so having that, what we need to do quickly is to do the multiplication for this. Okay, to do the multiplication for this, 3 will go here, 1, 3 will go here, 3. Okay, and then 4 will go here, 1, 4 will go here, 16. Okay, so we can rewrite this. So this will become, let me send the marker back. So that will be 27/4 divided by 16. Because it's over 1, we are not going to put it in fraction form again. And then 3 minus 21. Okay, so once we have that, we'll quickly do the multiplication. Again, we have to do the multiplication. This one, we just simplify the multiplication over here. So you have to do the multiplication here. And this is going to give us 48 minus 21. Put that in brackets, and then we have this, so it's 27/4. Okay, then now to do this, we just do a subtraction, and then when we do a subtraction, we end up getting 27. I hope it is 27, so you can prompt me if you think it's not 27. So that's 27, and then we'll go ahead. I'll go this way because the space here is not enough. For fractions, when it involves division, what we do is that we have to do a reciprocation. So we reciprocate the fraction on our right hand side. That is the fraction in the box. Okay, so we are going to reciprocate that fraction. We're going to flip it over. So this will be 27/4. Once we do the reciprocation, the operation sign changes to what? Multiplication. So 1/27. Okay, and then we can go ahead, and then since it's multiplication, we can cancel diagonally. So this will cancel this, and then now we'll end up having 1/4 times what? 1/1, which will give us 1/4. So our answer is C. So for those who had it correct for C, congratulations, the answer is C. But your trial question is this one, so I'm going to write your trial question here. Okay, I'll try as much as possible to write it a bit bold. So this is your trial question down here on the left hand side. -4 whole number 2/3. So please try and copy it quickly and let me know if you are done copying. Okay. Oh, sorry. Let me clean that. Let me make it 6. Okay, 6 divided by 3 whole number 3/4. So that is your trial question. Let me pick the red marker and indicate that it is a trial question. So try. Okay, so let's copy that quickly. If you are done copying, let me know in the chat section if you are done. Okay, so someone is done. Harry is done. That is good. Okay, we have Reku, and so I'm waiting for, I think, maybe 10 people to say they are done. Then I can move to the next question. Okay, then I can move to the next question. So yes, 10 people to indicate. Okay, so I think one more to indicate that they are done, then I can move. Okay, so yes, a reminder that I need to enlarge the next question. Okay, so I believe we have the 10 now. So let me quickly just enlarge the question. It will be a bit blurry, but I think you should be able to have a look at it. So this is it. We have this. Okay, we have this, and then with this one, I won't talk about the topic is related to. So in 1 minute, quickly provide a solution to that for me. Quickly provide a solution to that in 1 minute. The next question, which is on the board, let's see if we can get a solution to that question quickly. So once you do that, please. No, it's not homework. It's just for you to try. You know, exams, you need to revise. Your assignment has already been posted in the description, video description, and it will be opened once the class is done. So those who think they can rush and go and just go off and do the assignment, please wait for the class to end. When the class ends, that's the time I will open the assignments. Please find the assignments in the video description. Okay, please find the assignments in the video description. So I believe you have 30 seconds more. I believe you have 30 seconds more. With this one, they are not saying you should do truth set. You just have to find the value of x. They are not saying you should present the answer on a number line. So yeah, I know it's a lot to solve in 1 minute, but let's try. Let me see the first person to post the answer in the chat section. The first person to post the answer in the chat section. Maybe you get a clap. Not just posting the wrong answer, but the correct answer. Okay, so Karen OL posted the answer first. Let's see if that is correct. So we are waiting. I'll give you extra 30 seconds to finish. Okay, I believe it won't be fair whilst you are still solving, and then I'll go ahead and solve. So I'll give you extra 30 seconds to solve. And then please, if you are watching me on your BECE candidates, can you give me a thumbs up in the chat section? Okay, if you are watching me on your BECE candidate, can you give me a thumbs up in the chat section? Okay, so the answers are popping in now. So this should tell us that we all need to work on our swiftness and fastness and accuracy when it comes to objective questions. Because as I said, your objective questions basically is going to be straightforward 1 minute or 1 minute 30 seconds at most. Okay, so we have about 6 answers in, so we can go ahead and then solve. But then again, you can still solve and then post your answer as we do the solutions together. So with this one, this is a typical linear inequality question. Okay, linear inequality, because this is an inequality symbol. We compare less than or equal to. Okay, so with this one, looking at this symbol is less than, because x plus 1 all divided by 2 minus x, 2x minus 1 all divided by 3 is less than 2. So it means 2 is greater than what? This whole thing. Now they are saying you should find the value of x or solve for what? X. So we are going to quickly go ahead and do that. So I'm going to rewrite this here. And then we are going to solve. Okay, so solving, basically what we need is that when we look at this closely, just like the way linear equations are solved when it involves fractions, it's the same way we are going to be solving this. Okay, so when you look at it closely, you realize that there are fractions in it, but there's something you need to do before you start solving, and that is introducing brackets to the various numerators you have. Why do you have to introduce brackets to the various numerators you have? Because the numerators, we have two different terms for the numerators. Okay, we have two different terms for the numerators. Okay, sorry, I had to close the door. So okay, it's not n, it's x. It's x. This is how I write my x. Come on, I've been teaching you for some time, so you should know how I write my x. But if you have an issue with that, let me see how best I can help you feel better. Okay, are you okay? Okay, so basically that is it. That's not the point. It was n, it was x, not n. So we have to look for the LCM. LCM for 2 and 3 is 6. So we'll state our LCM. We'll just state our LCM quickly. And then once we state our LCM, you have to use this LCM to multiply the number of terms we have. And then to count the number of terms, basically, is the separation with the operations we have in the equation. Okay, so as I said, we need to do something before we start all this, which is that if you have a numerator that you are supposed to use LCM to get rid of the fraction, just put brackets in for the numerators. Okay, just put brackets there. So once we've established that we have to put brackets there, there's a reason why I need to put brackets, because whatever we are going to use to multiply, which is the LCM, it should affect all the terms of the numerator, not just the first one. That's how come we need to put brackets for those things. Okay, so quickly we would solve. Okay, so Albert is saying 7, and I think there's no 7 in the possible answer. X is not equal to 7. This is a linear inequality, so please watch that. I talk too fast. Okay, well, I'll try as much as possible to see if I can talk slow. It's not in my nature, but I'll see that. So let's just move straight forward to look at it. Someone is saying I should talk slow, so I'll try my best. I hope the class does not become boring. So yes, so what will happen is that once we have this, all we need to do is to use the LCM to multiply the number of terms. Okay, so we are going to use the LCM to multiply the number of terms, and then it will be 6. Okay, you can put everything in parentheses if you want. Remember, this is supposed to be in a bracket. So then 6 again. Then remember, this is also supposed to be in a bracket, 3. And then you have to use the 6 to also multiply the 2. Then I'm going to change the marker so that we can do our reduction. Okay, so 2 here, 1, 2 here, 3. 3 here, 1, 3 here, 2. Okay, once we've established that, all we need to do is 3 into brackets x plus 1. Okay, the point for this parenthesis is to just secure whatever you are doing so that you don't get confused. Then we have minus 2 into bracket 2x minus 1 less than 6 into bracket 2. For this side, if you want to go straight forward to do the solutions, you are free to do so. So having established this, we'll quickly expand because we have things in brackets, and then the point is to solve for x. So if we have to solve for x, then we need to free this x so that we can solve for them. So we have to expand. So expanding, we should have So expanding, we should have 3x, and then this 3 also multiply the 1, so 3. So this is the point where most students make mistakes. They just multiply the 3 and the x and then forget about the other term in the bracket. So please, let's take note of that. And then this one, we have negative 2 multiplying positive 2x. It will still be negative. This will give us 4x. Okay, and then we have negative multiplying negative, so that should give us positive. And then 2 times 1 will give us what? 2. Okay, and then we'll do the inequality sign, and then we'll multiply. That should give us 12. Okay, I'm really struggling to teach this thing slowly, but I'll manage. So once we have this, all we need to do now is to group like terms. Grouping like terms basically means that we are going to group all the same looking terms as one, and then we'll gather the other also at the other side. So we have 3x and minus 4x are like terms. So we are going to group it. And then we have 12 here. We are going to group because, so if you are going to group, then basically we need to change this 2. We need to move this 2 to, it's not easy for me to talk slowly. Anyway, we need to move this 2 to the other side. We need to move this 3 also to the other side. And remember, they are all positive. So when they go to the other side, they are going to be negative. So 3 and then 2. And then once we, why am I writing equals? Once we have that, then we can go ahead and do the subtraction. When we subtract, we'll get 9. When we subtract that this 2 from the 9, we'll get 7. So it becomes 7, which is a positive 7. And now with this one, when we do our subtraction, it basically means that we will have 3x minus what? 4x. You owe 3. You have 3 cedis, and then you owe 4 cedis. Okay, so when you pay that 3 cedis, you still be owing. You can decide to basically write 1x or just write x. Because we are advanced students, I'm going to write just x, but you can put 1x there. Now, there's a rule in inequalities, okay, linear inequalities, that when your variable that you are supposed to look for is negative, you need to work on the inequality sign. So this sign needs to be worked on. It means that that negative is going to affect this inequality sign. So once your variable, you do the solution like we've done here, and you simplified your variable to its simplest form, and then you end up getting a variable that is negative, whether the getting a variable that the coefficient is negative, okay, in its simplest form, then the sign here should change direction. So now it becomes what? Negative what? X is greater than 7. Then we still, after we've changed the direction of that sign, we need to divide both sides by -1 in order to get rid of this negative. Okay, so the final answer will not be negative x is what? Greater than 7, because they didn't say solve for negative x. They said solve for what? X. So we have to get rid of the negative. And how do you get rid of the negative? Okay, so the advocates, they are saying I should talk fast. So how do you get rid of the negative? You get rid of the negative by basically dividing both sides by what? -1. Then you cancel. So once you cancel, the one there is not relevant. So it becomes x is what? Greater than what? 7 over -1. And then remember, as I told you in class, 7, you can't have a denominator with what? A negative. So that negative will go to the numerator. So it becomes x is greater than -7. That will give you your final answer, -7. Okay. I'm talking fast. They said I should talk slow. I'm talking slow too. Now people are saying I should talk slow. Okay, so I'll just be myself. So the answer, as you've already said in the chat section, is what? D. Okay, so D is the correct answer. D is the correct answer. So I'm going to write a similar thing for you to try. I'm going to write a similar thing for you to try, and then please try it. Okay, so this is the trial question. Okay, so the trial question is actually below the left, okay, below the question on your left hand side. Okay, okay, so let me write that. So y over 2 plus 1 over 8 greater than 5y over what? 8. Okay, so that's the trial question. Please try this. Let me enlarge it. Please try that. So copy that quickly. If you are done, let me know in the chat section if you are done. Okay, let me know in the chat section if you are done. Okay, let me know in the chat section if you are done. Okay, so that we can go to the next question. Awesome. So I think I have about 6 people done, and then this comes to this one is actually your favorite, change of subject. Let me know all those who think change of subject is an interesting topic and they love it. Just a thumbs up or a hi in the chat section if you are a fan of change of subject. Okay, if you're a fan of change of subject, just say hi in the chat section or just give me a thumbs up. Okay, so this one is change of subject, and then you have just 1 minute to solve. 1 minute to solve. Yeah, I know people are saying no, but you still have to do it. So we have one person who is a fan of change of subject. So you have 1 minute to solve. So 1 minute quickly. Let's start. Your time starts now. So you've done 5 seconds. Yes, I have to enlarge it. Sorry, thank you for reminding me. Okay, I think it's better now. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of thumbs down. Why? I think your subject should be a fun topic. Why buy? You can't run away from it. Anyway, you're welcome, Brendan. So that is it. You have, I think by now you used 30 seconds. You should have 1 more minute. You should have 1 more minute. So once you do that, let me quickly get the charger for my phone. Okay, so once you do that, if you get the answer, kindly post it in the chat section. If you get the answer, post it in the chat section. Okay, so I'm back. I'm just going to plug my phone. Okay, so we have the first person getting the answer to us. But by the way, who is Sharp Hot Once or whatever? Who is that? So we have only one person with the answer. Oh, okay, Wesley. Okay. Why that name? Sorry, this okay, it's back. Sorry about that. So streamers have weird names. I never knew. I'm also a streamer, but I don't have a weird name. My name is my name. You have 5 seconds to finish. 5 seconds to finish. Please post the answers quickly. Okay, so I think the time is up. So we'll just quickly go straight forward to solve. We'll quickly go ahead to solve this. Okay, so Wesley, we are solving. Don't worry, the answer will be posted. I'm not sure if your answer is wrong because I'm also here to solve it. Okay, so in solving this, let's talk a bit about change of subjects. And I believe it's not a fun topic for most of you, but let's talk a bit about it. Okay, so Rodney also said B. Brendan is saying B. Let me see. Who else posted their answer? Wesley deleted the answer. Okay, so let's solve it together. Now, with change of subject, basically, all we need to do, okay, is to look at how to solve this, and then we have to make D, express D. There's a meaning to this. The express D in terms of capital R and H. Now, please let me say this before I even start solving this. Now, the way they write the variables in the change of subject, please maintain that, okay? Do not change it. When it is R, don't go and write small r, because once you write small r, then it becomes a different formula altogether, okay? There's a reason why most of the formulas we use for change of subjects have capitals and small letters. They are actually formulas that, some of them are actually formulas that are used, okay? And then they have their meaning in terms of it being small or capital, okay? Small letter or capital letter, okay? So having that, this basically, when we look at it carefully, we are going to solve it from a linear equation point of view, okay? We're going to use linear equation to help us solve this, okay? So the way we solved this previous question, which is also linear inequalities, is the same concept. It's the same way we are going to be solving this one. So without wasting time, we are going to move to that. And then moving to that, basically, let's look at what we need to do. Now, when we look at this closely, we still have to get rid of the denominators in here. And when we look at where D is, okay, let's look at where D is. Look at where D is, okay? We have to get free D. And then we can't free D if we have this denominators, okay? We can't free D, so we have to get rid of these denominators. So it basically means that these two denominators are the only denominators, and if we have to get rid of them, and it's a linear equation, we have to find their LCM. Now the LCM for 2 and 8h, which are denominators in this equation, is basically 8h, because 2 is 8 is a multiple of 2. So once you have 8 there, the 8 can represent the 2. So the LCM is what? 8h. Those who will use 16h, that is fine. But at the end of the day, it means you have to do some form of simplification in order to get the possible answers to look like this, okay? So that's also another thing to so please, I think you are disturbing those who are chatting, sidelining the whole purpose for which you are here. Please do not flood my chat section with that, because people are posting answers and concern, okay? And when you do that, also you distract me. So let's stop and then concentrate on whatever is happening. If you want to chat, you can go on Telegram or something and do that, okay? Okay, so once we've established that we need to find LCM and then remove the denominators, and then once we are done removing the denominators, then we can go ahead and then solve for D. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to rewrite the question, which will be capital R equals H raised to H over 2 plus what? D squared over 8H, okay? And then I established that the LCM is equal to what? 8H. I explained that it is equal to 8h because anytime you have two denominators and you have to determine the LCM, quickly find out if the small value is actually the bigger value is actually a multiple of the small one. If it's a multiple of the small one, then all you need to do is concentrate on the bigger one. So with this one, 8 is actually a multiple of 2, so we just concentrate on what? Using 8h. So it basically means that we're going to use this 8h to multiply the number of terms we have here. And then to count the number of terms we have 1, 2, and 3. So we have 3 terms. So we're going to multiply all the 3 terms by 8h. So doing that means we are going to end up having what? 8h, then capital R, we are multiplying, so we just put them into brackets to do that. Then we have 8h into brackets h over 2, and then plus what? 8h into brackets d squared over what? 8h. Why is this thing misbehaving? So once we have this, all we need to do quickly now, with this one, we can't do anything about it, so we'll leave it that way. So it becomes what? 8RH. Okay? It doesn't matter the way you arrange it, because since it's all multiplication, you can arrange it. You can say 8HR. But what you can't do is to say R8H. Okay? We all in math, coefficients are always supposed to be in front of the variables. Okay, so your 8 is supposed to come out first. Okay. Okay, so that's a good question. Someone is asking, what if the bigger number is not a multiple of the smaller one? Then you just have to multiply the two numbers. So assuming we have maybe 7 and then 7 as a denominator, and then we have 10 as a denominator. The two of them do not have anything in common. So with this one, you just have to multiply, and then our LCM is going to be what? 70. So we'll end up using 70 to get rid of this 7 and the 10 as denominators in the equation. I hope that helped, Brendan. So let's move back to what we were doing. So with this one, we also have to reduce this. Now take note, 8, and then we are supposed to use this 2 denominator. So that 2 denominator, because it's multiplication, the 2 can cancel the 8 to remove, reduce it. So that will give us what? 2 go here, 2 go into 8 4 times. It basically means what to multiply 2 to give us 8, and that's 4. So 4 times. And then this one, we have h here, so the h will cancel the 8 will also be cancelled, so that will go away. So rewriting this will end up being what? 4 into bracket h. Let's just put the h into bracket for now, okay? And then we'll have d squared. So now you realize that we have a very simple linear equation. We have a very simple linear equation. Now, having this, all we need to do is that it is d that we need to make the subject. Take note, they didn't say d squared. Okay, so d squared is not the same as d. So it means that at some point we would have to get rid of the square over here. Okay, so by so doing, we need to group like terms quickly and then make the subject. So it means that this one will be transferred to this side. Whichever way you want to do it, that's fine. But our advice, you transfer the 4h the other side in order not to get your subject a negative, and then you have to go back and divide it by oh yes, there's another h. Yes, thank you very much, Rebecca. There's another h here, sorry. So please, let's take note of that. There's another h here. So Rodney is saying 4h S cube. Yeah, 4hx squared. So there's another h here. I've done that. So when we simplify it, I'll put the square. So having that, all we need to do is to just transfer that here. So this is positive. So when it comes here, but before we do that, let's just simplify this one also. So it will be capital RH equals what? 4h squared plus what? Okay. So once we've established that quickly, we'll just do the transfer. So this one will be 8RH minus 4h squared equals what? D squared. And then once we've established that also, we can go ahead and then when you look at this closely, someone will say, oh, once I have this, all I need to do is to divide to square root both sides to get rid of this square, and then I have my answer. But when you look at this closely, you realize that the answer there's some form of factorization going on. Okay, so you have to do some factorization. Okay, so you have to do some form of factorization. Okay, so to do that factorization, basically it means that we have to look closely. We have 8 here, we have h here, we have 4 here, we have another h here. So we can actually take out 4. Because we can get 4 here, we can get 4 here. Okay, and then we can take out h here, we can take out h here. Even though we have 2 h's here, we can take only one because this place is only one. You have to take the same thing from both sides. Those who are confused with this particular factorization, watch the lesson on factorization. It should help. Okay, so Reku is saying that you are all wrong. I'm here to check. Okay, so most people were saying D. Yeah, you are all wrong anyway. Let's see if you are all wrong. Yeah, you're actually all wrong from the look of things. Okay, so having that, it will be what? 4h outside. When we take 4h here, what will be left? We will be left with what? 2 capital R, why 2? So that when we expand, we should get the same thing that is here. Okay, so this 4h multiplying 2r, okay, should give us 8 capital RH. Okay, so having that, this one we moved 4h here, so it's left with only 1h here, and then we'll have this. Then when you are done, because no, why are we doing this? We are doing, let me just lay emphasis on this. We are doing this whole factorization not because we have to do it for every change of subject. Remember when I was teaching change of subject, I stated that if exchange of subject relating to an objective question, your answer, your final answer is going to be dependent on the options that is given in the objective questions. Okay, so with this one, there's a clear evidence that if it was just a normal change of subject question, which is actually related to subjective, then you can just divide both sides by what? The square root. And then you get rid of the square for the d, and then that will be your answer. But with the possible answers that I've been given here, it means that we need to do some form of factorization in order for it to look like this. Okay, and then trust me, this is how your end of term exams is going to be like. You have to think out of the box. Okay, so please prepare well. Prepare well. And one good thing is that I'm not going to bring anything out. Okay, nothing aside all that we've done during this e-learning time. So all you need to do, if you want to really excel, all you need to do is to just watch the videos, the lessons, the tutorials that we've done so far. Okay, watch them. Once you watch them and you get the concepts that have re-emphasized in those videos, you shouldn't have an issue, because the questions are going to be basically a look-alike of most of the things we've done. Okay, and then it will require you to do a little thinking out of the box. Okay, so let's ensure to do that. Remember, it's 13 and today is 3rd, so you have just 10 days. Okay, so let's prepare. Okay, please, let's prepare and prepare well. Okay, going to school, coming home, sleeping, waking up early, coming to school should not yield the same result as being at home for 24 hours doing nothing. Okay, this one you should actually prove to us that if you have a lot of time on your hands, you'll be able to excel. That is just by the way. So I'm going to go back to the solution. So here basically we are just going to apply the square roots, and let's square root to cancel the square, and then our answer is going to be d equals root of, please extend your square root to cover all the things. Okay, yes, you are still going to write at 9th. There's a reason for that, so that there will not be reduce the excuses that will come up. My mom is not around, my dad is gone to work, there's no laptop at home because they've taken the laptop to work, internet connection is bad at our place during the day. All those excuses will be kept. Okay, so that's why we are writing at 9 anyway. So basically that is the final answer to this particular question. So we are going to move to the next question, and then the next question actually has to, you've not seen the question yet, but it has to do with polygons. I remember we did some form of polygons before COVID-19. So let me see if you remember. So within just 1 minute, let me enlarge this. Just 1 minute, you should be able to give me the answer to this. And your time starts now. Yes, the exams is just section A, multiple choice. You just choose your answers and go. Okay, so you don't have to. But for math, trust me, I'm going to set it in a way that because I don't have a way to test my subjective, which is section B. So most of the questions will require you to work like you're working in section B. So just prepare for it. Once you'll be okay. So for math, every question technically 1 hour 40 questions. You're not going to, yes, I'm not going to do the 60 again. 1 hour 40 questions. So do the math yourself. I think you should get 1 minute and some few seconds. But yes, it's promotional exams. So that is it. Your time has started. You've done, I think, 5 seconds. We are waiting for solution for that. Interior angles of a hexagon, okay, is blah blah blah. Find the value of r. Interior angle of a hexagon is blah blah blah. Find the value of r. So with that, if you remember how to find the sum of interior angles, you apply that knowledge. You have 45 seconds more. You have 45 seconds more. 40 seconds more. Okay, so the first answer is in, which says A. We'll solve and see if that's correct. Please, who is cat boy? How many accounts do you have? No, it's just section A. It's just section A, multiple choice. So multiple choice for both section A and B. So yeah. Okay, so I think the 1 minute is up. That is funny from shape hot words or whatever to catboy. Anyway, I don't know how he generates those names, but it's interesting. Please let us know your philosophy behind the selection of the names. So we're going to go quickly to look at this. And as I explained earlier, this is a polygon, a typical polygon question. Okay, remember we did some form of polygon before COVID-19, as I've already said. So with this one, if that knowledge is still fresh in our memory, you should be able to look at this. And then I have only one person answering, and I don't know if the person is just doing guesswork, but I think we have another answer. And let's see. Okay, so the answers are popping in. Okay, so those are the answers we are going to, you think, well, let's just hope that is correct. Let's just hope it's correct. I'm not going to tell you if it's correct or not, but we'll just solve it and then you see for yourself. Okay, so let's quickly do that. Now to do this, interior angle. So let's look at the terminologies we need to pay attention to. So we need to pay attention to interior angles. We need to pay attention to what the type of polygon that has been given to us. Okay, so if you don't know the number of sides per the name of the polygon, then you are in trouble. But there's a way to also find out that since they've given you the number of angles in a polygon is the same as the number of sides. Okay, I'll tell you why you need to know the number of sides, and then they said you should find the value of r. Okay, so with this one, interior angle, and they've given you a series of angles, but they are not the exact angles. Okay, so what you need to do is to actually use the sum of interior angles of a polygon to solve this. And with that one, the solution is 180 if you remember n minus 2. So those who remember this formula, please give me a thumbs up in the chat section. Okay, those who remember this formula, please give me a thumbs up in the chat section. So this is the formula we are going to use. So look at it. When you picture it, once you use this formula, we get a value for it. All we need to do is to just add all this, sum all this up and equate it to that value, because that's the meaning. These angles, when they are added, we get this. And how do we get the value of this? All we need is what? To know the number of sides of that polygon. You can know the number of sides by the name or by the number of angles it has. Okay, so awesome. Yes, a lot of people remember that formula. That's good. So basically that is it. So what we need to do quickly is to find the sum of interior angles. Okay, the sum of interior angles, and then we'll do that by basically knowing now n here is going to be 6. Okay, hexagon. Okay, n here is going to be 6. That's hexagon. Okay, so it's going to be 6 minus what? 2. Okay, and then we'll have 180 into bracket 4, and then 180 is actually times 4 is going to give us 720 degrees. Okay, 720 degrees. So this 720 degrees is saying that when we sum all these angles that have been given to us, they should be equal to 720 degrees. So if you can establish that philosophy or concept, then it basically means that we can find the value of what? R. How do we find the value of R? As I said, 720 can be obtained by summing all the angles. And then all the angles, this is their representation. So we'll just do the summation for it. and then we'll quickly do the addition. Now the good thing about this is that all the variables that are there are the same. So when we do the summation, we shouldn't have an issue separating the variable from the rest of it. So this one will give us 5, 7, 12, 13, 15. So 15 are 70 what? 720. So in order to find out, we just have to divide both sides by 15, and then we'll divide that 15 will go here 48 times. Okay, so R is equal to 48 degrees. So those who said C, that's actually correct. Let me know the number of people who are so scared to solve this, who were like, what is this question about? What are they trying to say I should find? In the just give me a thumbs up, or just tell me I in the chat section if you saw this and you are so confused and lost. Okay, so basically it means that you need to go back and then review the polygons. Now let me state one thing, to be honest. Okay, it was previously that during 1990, 2000, 2001, 2014 and those things, that you were getting questions that were straight jacket. If this question, they could have equally said find the sum of interior angles of a regular polygon that has what, 6 sides, or a heptagon. But now they are actually running out of questions, so they are going to bring questions that are required to apply two different knowledge. So with this one, you realize that we are actually applying a bit of algebra in order to get the value of R. Okay, so please let's try as much as possible to practice more. Okay, practice more, and also try as much as possible to think out of the box. Thinking out of the box will not be harmless, okay, especially if you are doing it whilst you are practicing. Okay, but if you are not sure in exams, you have nothing to lose to think out of the box to get a solution to it. Okay, so thank you very much. That is basically for solution for this one. So we are going to move to the next one, and the next one, I think I would have to enlarge the diagram, or the variables are not clear, so I'll just pick a marker and then rewrite the variables. So this is 20, this is 75, this is x. Okay, so 75, 20, and then x. So your clock starts now. Find the value of x. Your clock starts now. Find the value of x. Your clock starts now. Find the value of x. And I know a lot of you don't like plain geometry, angles, but you can't run away with it. I can bet that BECE, whichever year you are going to write it, there will be a plain geometry question in it. So it's high time you actually get a hold of yourself and then say that you can do this and do it. You have 45 seconds more to provide the answer to that. If you joined my class before this, remember Monday we didn't have a live class, but if you joined the class before the yes, good, Westy, you are saying it. If you join the class, this should be easy for you to solve. Okay, so this is actually it. Let me, those who can't see, let me just draw it for you. I think I'd have to use different. I'll try as much as possible to draw. Let me see if I can draw this quickly. So I'm trying to draw, but those who can see, just continue with your solution. And then we have something going this way. Okay, so this is it. Let me put the values in it. So this is x, this is 75 degrees, and then this is 20 degrees. And we have this arrowheads. So that is it. then it's your quality. So since I'm getting solutions, let's see how this okay, so I have that. Good. This one I'm getting different answers. This shows that you guys are actually trying. Okay, so Aja is saying D, some are saying C, some are saying B. Aja is saying B, some are saying C, some are saying D, and so on and so forth. So let's try it. Let's try it together. So I'm going to clean this side, okay, because I need space to do the solution. So I'll just get rid of that. So the principle is that if you have two parallel lines going this way, okay, and then there are lines interjecting from those parallel lines and it forms this kind of angle, you can actually create a line, okay, that is moving in the same direction okay. So for that, you can create a line that is moving in the same direction. What it does is that it splits that angle into two equal parts. And then the notion is that once we are able to do that, then we can apply the concept of what? Alternating angles to solve whatever we need to solve. Okay? So I'm going to change the marker to a blue marker. And then you realize that once I've done that, I have this angle here and I also have this angle here. Okay? Once I've done that, I have this angle here and I have that angle here. So with this one, this whole angle is 75 degrees. This whole angle is 75 degrees. But from the arrows that we have here, okay? And then the new line too should follow the same arrow direction of the other ones. So from the arrow heads that we have here, basically, it basically means that we can have alternating angles. So this angle and then this angle should be the same. So it means that a portion of the 75 degrees is actually 20 degrees. So if a portion of the 75 degrees is 20 degrees, then the other portion, what will it be? All we need to do to find the other portion is basically subtracting the 20 from the 75, and that gives us what? 55. Once that gives us 55, when we look at this closely, we realize that this one also forms a Z, which is this 55, okay, and then this angle. It means that this angle will also be, oh, what is this? It means that this angle will also be what? 55 degrees. Now you realize that there's this arrowhead here. Let me indicate. There's this arrowhead here, and then there's also this arrowhead here, and this line is going straight. So if you want to concentrate on their direction, okay, it means those two lines are parallel, and then there's a line interjecting, okay. So we'll have this, and when you look at it closely, it also forms a Z shape, okay. It also forms a Z shape. So once it forms a Z shape, it basically means that 55 degrees here will be the same as the value of what? X. Okay, will be the value of X. So your answer is 55. So your answer is 55. I'm going to clean everything I've done and I'm going to go over it again. Okay, let me know by show of hands. Thumbs up if you understood what I've done. Thumbs down if you don't understand, so that I can go over it again. So the answer is C. If you want me to go over it again, please let me know in the chat section. Are we seeing that he used a different formula? So for angles, there's nothing like formula. Angles is just concepts, principles, and properties of angles, okay? So the alternating angle, all those concepts are what we use, okay? So Josephine is saying she's confused, but other people are saying they are okay. So for the sake of one person, we'll clean all the solutions we've done, and then we're going to start again. So as we are saying, okay, when you have two parallel lines and lines are cutting through it. Now look, this line is cutting this way, this line is cutting this way. It forms an angle. Now this angle, we can actually draw a line through it. And then we give it an arrowhead, which will go the same way. Once we draw a line through it, we realize that we'll get a Z shape. This Z shape says that if this place is 20 degrees, then this place can also be 20 degrees because those two angles are what? Alternating angles. But remember that this whole angle is what? 75 degrees. If this whole angle is 75 degrees and a portion of it is 20 degrees, then it means the other side, when we do a subtraction, will be 55 degrees. Okay? Now, for the sake of this line and the direction, and then this line also in the direction, there's a line cutting through it, and then it means that we can what? Get what? Or another set of alternating angles. So this 55 will be alternating with this angle. Okay? Now, when you look at this closely, this line had this arrowhead, and this line also has an arrowhead. So it means that they are, when you look at this way, when your head is turned to the left-hand side a bit, they are parallel lines, and this parallel lines has a line cutting through it. So the line cutting through it indicates that this angle here, which is the x we are looking for, and this angle here are alternating. So if they are alternating, then it basically means that this 55 will also be x. Okay, so basically that is it. So you just at this ones, you have to play with them several times, and then you just be ready to apply, introduce lines, apply all the rules, alternating angles, etc., etc. So please, if you are still confused with this, I think I have an extensive lesson on angles. Okay, so check my playlist and then watch that. Okay, it will be helpful. Please do that before exams, because you'll be getting if not less than 3, more than 3 of angles question coming your way. Okay, so please let's ensure we do that. Okay, so we are going to move to the next one, and the next one is very interesting, and it is a 2-in-1. Okay, it's a 2-in-1. Sorry about that. Okay, it's a 2-in-1, so I'll urge you to try and then solve this. I'll give you 2 minutes. Please, whilst you start this, please, if you are not a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe to the channel, and then when did you say you don't understand? What kind of jealousy too is this? A man who is jealous of a woman. That's strange. Anyway, so that is the question. Please use 2 minutes to solve both of them, and we are going to look at them extensively, but use 2 minutes to solve both of them. Okay, 2 minutes to solve. But whilst you are doing that, kindly like the video. We have about 34 people on here, and I have just hey, is it my eyes or what? You are saying I have zero likes. Oh, that's not fair. Oh no, I have 23. Sorry, I have 23 likes, but we are 35 watches. So please like the video. Okay, that's the easiest way you can say thank you to me. A lot of data and other things go into this. Okay, a lot of data and other things go into bringing you the solution. So please like the video. If you've not subscribed to the channel too, then please subscribe to the channel. I'm to do some science lessons for a school, and I'll be posting those science lessons here directly. I'm not going to be posting it in your Telegram group or on the parents group, because I'm not a teacher of science for Richard School. So if you want to benefit from those science lessons, kindly subscribe to the channel, so that when I post it primarily for those schools, you can have access to those lessons. Okay, Brandon, not now, please. You can talk about credits later. As I said, those schools, I have to do some science, digital science lessons for them. So I'll be starting this month, okay, from Monday. So if you're not a subscriber to the channel, please subscribe to the channel so that you can also benefit alongside the math questions, okay? So we did a trial, and the trial was actually how to balance chemical equations. I don't know if you've seen that video. Okay, so it is dubbed with a playlist science series. Okay, so if you're a subscriber, when I post the videos, you get a notification, then you can also learn from that. So basically, yes, I think you have about 45 seconds more. You have about 45 seconds more. I'm still waiting for the answers anyway. Please let's hurry up. Okay, so answers are popping in, but okay, so we just solve it together. Okay, you have 25 seconds to go. 25 seconds to go. So you have 25 seconds to go. Now, Dromo Akon, I think I saw a missed call from your mom. I was teaching at that time, so I couldn't get to her. So can you let her know that I'll try as much as possible to return the call if necessary. But if it's okay for me not to, if it has been resolved, then you can also let me know so that I don't bother her. Hello, hello. Please may we know who you are? Okay, so I think time is up, so we'll quickly solve this. So the first one, someone is saying the first one is D, and then the second one is what? A. And then another person is saying 250, and then we have A for the first one. So if you are saying number one is A, it means that Albert, you are saying is 100. Okay, someone is also saying that A. There are two in one question, so you have to answer both of them. 1.2. Okay, so let's solve it. A and D and A. Okay, so let's solve it together quickly, and then solving it basically. The pie chart shows the distribution of 600 mathematics textbooks for science, arts, business, and technical classes. Use it to answer question 30 and 31. So this actually supposed to be our question 30, and then this is our question 31. It's not in that order anyway. So this is the pie chart. Okay. Now every pie chart, the total angle in every pie chart is supposed to be equal to 360 degrees, because the total angle in a circle is equal to 360 degrees. Okay. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All the three they've given us the angle value, but the technical sector has not been given. So how do we find that? We basically have to add all the angles that have been given to us. Okay, basically we have to add all the angles that have been given to us. When I add all this, I should get let's see this addition. $210, right? Is it 210? Yes, 210. I should get 210. Okay. Let me know if it is 210. Yeah, this should be 210. Yes, 210. I should get 210. So once I'm done with that, it means that all this is 210. So this one will be the leftover of the 360. So I just have to do some form of subtraction to it. Okay, so doing that form of subtraction, I'll get 150. And I believe a lot of you ended at 150. You didn't pay attention to what was required of you. Okay, the 150. Okay, they are saying that the number of textbooks, not the sector angle, but to find the number of textbooks. Okay, to find the number of textbooks, we need to know the value of the sector angle first. Okay, so the 150 wasn't main emphasis. The 150 is just an angle representation. And once we get that angle representation, we can now use that angle representation, find the fraction form of it, relating it to what? 360, and then multiplying it by the number of books that was distributed. We are going to find the fraction form of the technical books, the technical class, the books they received, okay? So which means that it will be 150 over 360 times what? 600. Okay, so these two zeros will cancel. These two zeros will cancel. 6 will go here 6 times. 6 will go here 10 times. So we'll have 150 over 6 times what? 10. Then we'll have 3 here, 2, 3 here, 5. So that will be 50. So let me rewrite this. This will be 50 over what? 2 times what? 10. I hope I'm right. Yeah, that's true. So 1, and then this will give us 5. So it will be 50 times what? 5. 5, 5, 25, and then we'll add the 0. So our answer here will be D. So those who had it correct, congratulations. Those who had it correct, congratulations. Okay, those who had it correct. So Tavia, I'm sorry you had it wrong. A few other people had it wrong. Okay, so just a few like Rodney, Denzel, Harry had it correct. That is fine. Let's move to the next one. Now, solving the next one, they are saying that what percentage of the total number of textbooks belong to the science class. So in this one, you're just going to find the percentage of books that went to the science class. So there are two ways to do this. We can still use the sector value, the angle for the sector, to find this solution. So let me change the marker, and I'm going to do that at this side of the box. Okay, let me just do it here. So if you're going to do a percentage representation, what it means is that you just have to find a fraction form of whatever is being requested, and then you multiply it by 100. Okay. Oh, Brandon too got it correct. Okay, congratulations. Okay, so having said that, it's going to be 45 because the science was 45 degrees over what? 360 degrees, which is the total number of angles in the circle, times what? 100%. It's important to bring the symbol. This is going to help you remember that it's supposed to be percentage form. So we cancel this way, okay? And then now we can apply 9 here, 4, 9 here, 5. So now we'll have 5 over 4 times 10. Okay, 2 here, 2 here, 5. So we'll have 5 over 2 times what? 5. And then we'll move on. Moving on, we'll have 25 over what? 2. And that's, you realize that, you see the trick here is they will intentionally write 25 here, because they will know people will not pay attention. Once they see 25, they will not pay attention to the denominator, and then they'll end up choosing the C, which will be wrong. And then they know that people, once they are seeing 10 and 2 somewhere, they should be thinking about 25. So a lot goes into certain possible answers for this kind of questions, okay? So what we need to do, hi Charity, welcome. You're a bit late, but you're welcome. So what we need to do now is to change this. Since all our possible answers are in mixed fraction form, we need to change this to mixed fraction. So changing this basically means that what to multiply to give us something close to 25, and that's 12. That's 24, right? And then we'll have 1 over what the denominator, which is 2. Then we'll bring our percentage. So the answer is A. So congratulations to those who had the answer correct. Congratulations to those who had the answer correct. And then we are going to move to, I think that's our last question. We are going to move to our last question for the day. Charity, let us know you. Let us know which country you are from, and then which school. Okay, so that we can relate better to you. So yes, so this is the question we are supposed to solve. Please, you have 1 minute to solve this. You have 1 minute to solve this, and your time starts now. Your time starts now. Who is that? Do you know who Charity is, Wesley? Okay, sure. So I'll enlarge it quickly. It will be a bit blurry, but I think you should manage. So I believe this is a bit better. So let me rewrite the equation out. Maybe you can't see that. So let me rewrite that. So we have x over 3 minus into bracket x minus 3 all over 2 less than or equal to 1. So that's the equation. You're welcome, Elon. So you have 30 seconds more. 30 seconds more. Remember, the goal is to encourage you to do some of these questions in less than 2 minutes. Okay, the goal is to encourage you to do some of these questions in less than 2 minutes. Certainly, when it comes to objectives, there are some questions that you just have to look and answer. So those scores will complement the others. Okay, those time, reduced time, or time spent. If you spend less time on one question, the rest of the time will go to your benefits to answer the other questions. So it's good to solve it fast. So Manuel has actually provided his answer. We will be solving in a few minutes to verify if Manuel's answer is correct. We'll be solving this in a few minutes to verify if Manuel's answer is correct. But if you were with us at the beginning, we did actually solve some inequalities, so this shouldn't be an issue for you. And then the only thing that will maybe shake you a bit is that's if you've forgotten how to represent your inequalities on a number line. So the answers are popping in. I think I have 5 seconds more to go. Okay, 5 seconds more to go, and the time stops now. Okay, so let's quickly move to the solution for this. So with this one, as I've already said, it has already been indicated to you that it is a linear inequality. This is a linear inequality question. Okay, it has been indicated as a linear inequality question. So we are going to quickly solve this. Okay. Now to solve this, we have to know the number of terms we have. We have to identify if we have fractions in this linear inequality. And yes, we have fractions. So if you have fractions, then it means that you have to look for an LCM. LCM, there's no variable attached compared to some of the questions we've seen today. So the LCM is straightforward. 6. 3 is a multiple. 6 is a multiple of both of the numbers. So that's the least common multiple for 3 and 2. So we are going to use that. Why do we need the LCM? We need the LCM in order to get rid of this denominators we have here. Okay, so that's how come we need the LCM. So once we found the LCM, we're going to use the LCM to multiply the number of terms we have. And then to indicate the number of terms we have 1, 2, and then 3. So since we have 3 terms in this particular linear inequality, we are going to use that to multiply all that we have. Okay, so I have started doing that. So you see with this one, once it has 2 terms as the numerator, you have to put it in brackets. So the question actually did that for us already. But if it is not done, please ensure you do that. This will help you prevent some mistakes that you might end up doing. So once you've applied that, we can go ahead quickly to do our cancellation. So to do our cancellation, this 3 will go into itself 1, 3 will go here 2 times, 2 go here 1, 2 go here 3 times. So rewriting what we have left, it will do 2 into bracket x minus what? 3 into bracket x minus 3 less than or equal to what? 6. Let me just do the solution to this side. Okay, so the answers are popping in and it looks like the answers are all the same. So yeah, we are hoping that it will be correct. Let's stay tuned. So having done that, x is what we need. We need to find the inequality of what? X, and then once we do that, we'll represent it on a number line. We'll be talking about how to represent it on a number line for those who are confused with that. So having said that, this is the same as what? 2x minus what? We have to expand this side. 3x minus, so minus will give us positive. So this is the part that a lot of students will forgo or forget, and they will make mistakes and choose a different answer. And trust me, once the negative is affected, you might get 3, but your integer will be different. Okay, so this will give us 9, and then we'll have 6. Okay, so we are going to group like terms quickly. The only like terms that we need to group will be getting rid of this 9. So that 9 will go to the other side. So we'll have 6 minus what? 9. It's positive. So when it goes to that side, then we'll write this. Okay, so having that, we need to do this subtraction and do this subtraction. This will end up giving us negative what? 3. And this will also end up giving us negative 1x or x. So you can write negative x. Okay. So remember I said that once you have your variable, you simplify your variable and end up getting your variable to be negative. The direction of your inequality sign will change. So with this one, our direction of our inequality sign is going to change. So it's going to change like this, and then the things will remain the same, but the direction will change. Then now we can go ahead to get rid of this. Let me remove that and use a different color. We can go ahead and get rid of this negative sign by dividing both sides by what? Negative 1. So negative 1 will get rid of the negative that is attached to the x for us. Okay. Okay, so once we do that, we'll end up this negative will cancel this negative, so we'll have what? 3. Now let's look at how the number line will look like. So I'm going to draw the number line here nicely. So this is our number line, and then we should have 0 in the middle. Now with the number line, please do not bother to go and be doing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You see the way they've drawn the number line here nicely. Very simple and straightforward. Your answer, you just have to have a negative form of it and then the positive form of it. So this is going to be negative 3, and then this is going to be positive 3. Now this sign, the direction determines the arrow. So let's assume that this is an arrowhead. What direction will you be pointing to? You'll be pointing to this side. So you go, my answer is positive, so I'll stand here, draw a circle, and then my arrowhead points this way. Because we have greater than or equal to means we have to shade the circle that has been provided, and that is our answer. So yes, the answer is D. So congratulations to those who have the answer correct. Please take note, when they give you something like this, sometimes the circle will not be shaded, or sometimes the circle will be partially shaded. And then the placement of what? The circle should also be something you should consider in order to not to make a mistake. So let me see if you got it correct. Let me see a thumbs up in the chat section. If you got it correct, let me see a thumbs up in the chat section. So by way of preparing for your online exam, kindly, if you have to, come back and watch this video. And as I said, if you're not a subscriber to my channel, subscribe to my channel, because we are starting a science series. The science series is actually not for Richard School, it's for another school. So, but I'll still be posting it on my YouTube page. So if you want to benefit from those lessons, then you can actually subscribe to the channel so that when I post, you can have access to it. I won't post on any Richard School platform because I'm not a science teacher of Richard School. Okay, so thank you very much. If you're a subscriber, thank you. I'm honored. If you are not a subscriber, please think about the benefits of becoming a subscriber by just hitting the subscribe button. Okay, so Which school do I like best? I'm not a student, so but the schools I went to, I mean, I went to Saito, so and I still like my Saito school, so I don't really have any preference. I'm now thinking of a school for my daughter, so later you can tell me via Telegram some of the schools you wish you went to when you were a kid, so that I can see how best that can hold. Okay, so basically that is it. WASSCE, why are you posting links in my chat section? Anyway, so thank you very much. I will open the forms now, so please don't go away. Wait for me to open so that you can confirm that it is open. Okay, wait for me to open so that you can confirm that it is open. So as you can all see on the screen, the form is opened. Go and enjoy it. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video. I wish you the very best, and please, I'll be getting a daughter in August. Okay, so and then names, yes, I want names, interesting names for my daughter, so you can tell me on Telegram. Okay, so yeah, basically that is it. Thank you very much, and I wish you the very best. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Isabel, I mean, send me a Telegram. We need to talk about something. So I'll see you, and if you have any issue, let me know. Bambudu, why you? What kind of? Okay, let me reserve. If I say it right now, it's not opened. Please try again, Rebecca. I'm still here. Try again. Model nursery. Okay. Oh, okay, that's nice. Anytime. Then you share the same man's birthday with her. Okay, that's cool. Daniela. Okay, I'll think about that. Daniela. Why are you so interested in Daniela? Why your girlfriend is called Daniela? That is just by the way. Please let me know if it's opened now. Rebecca, is it open? Lavia. Hey, Charlie, some serious names. So. Oh, just send it to me via Telegram. In August. D for Dominic and Daniela. Okay. Hey, it's still not opened. Are you serious? But on the screen you can see that it's open though. Okay, so let me see what I can do. Oh, okay, sorry. What is this thing? Go. It was the trial exams. Luckily, I didn't open it. Those will be doing the trial. Let me close it because it's not yet time. Yeah, so it's actually revision 2. And then go to response. It's open now, so you can check. Please check. Kindly subscribe to the channel, please. Hey, blue, it's blue. I mean, hey, Charlie. Oh, send the names to me so that I'll research about it. Send it to me via Telegram. I know, right, Kevin? What kind of names are these? Dominica. Well, it would have been interesting to use that name, but you know, ladies, you can't call a lady junior. So it will be some way. Kevin, hey! Okay, that's interesting. Anyway, so let me know if the form is open now. Brendan has sent me a telegram rooting for a replica female version of his name. Awesome. So have a nice day, and I'll be waiting for the names. Please subscribe to the channel. If you've not given thumbs up to the video, give thumbs up. And then this is very important. Can you send the videos to the candidates you know. So if you have a church platform, a youth platform, you can post the videos there to help them. Okay, it's a very strange time. I am happy that you guys are not the ones going to write BECE during these strange times. So let's be grateful and help those who are going to write it by sharing our resources with them. Have a nice day, and then please learn. You should have a personal timetable by now. You should be learning at least not less than 3 hours a day, but I entreat you to learn 6 hours a day because you have 24 hours at your disposal. Okay, so let's do well to study and prepare for the exams well, so that we'll be happy that we've gone to Trinity term and then we are actually going to be promoted to Form 3. Okay? Hey, Harry. Okay, yo, Mate, thank you. So I have to go and eat. I've not eaten since morning. Okay, so I have to go and eat. So I'll be leaving the chat section. Enjoy your day. If you have any issues, let me know. If you have any issues, let me know. Olivia, hey, Charlie. You are not serious. Okay, so have a nice day, and I'm out. Yeah, Rebecca, you are intentionally saying Rebecca is a nice name though, so that it won't look like you are trying to suggest that I should give my name. Submission date is Saturday at 10. So at 10 p.m. 10 p.m. Okay, 10 p.m. That is the submission date. So please do well to. God will provide. Oh, ask them. What will I name my daughter? God will provide. Hey, even though you are stranger, why God will provide, pa? Hey, Charlie, the names are coming up, pa. Please send it to me on Telegram, eh? Jasmine. Adwa, who is called Jasmine in your house? Exams is on the 13th. Exams is starting on the 13th. But those who are doing the trial exams, please and please and please again, you are writing that trial exams tomorrow. Tomorrow at 12. Okay, trial exams tomorrow at 12. Sadly, I couldn't get the questions from the other teachers, so it will only be marked and it's going to be very simple. This one, you're not going to be scored with it. You're just trying the system out to see how it goes. All you need is to have a laptop that has a camera function or a desktop that has a webcam function or a camera function, and then everything will be good to go. You need a paper, a blank paper and a pen to do your calculations, pencil probably, whichever you prefer, and then I'll actually be there to guide you through the process. Okay, so those who have agreed to join the trial exams, you have been added to a group, and then in that group, I've asked you to submit your email address. Oh, Netflix. Okay, that's interesting. I've asked you to submit your email address, and then once you submit your email, what is your second one? Once you submit your email address, you'll be added to a Google Classroom, and then the rest of the process would start from there. Okay, so yeah, basically that is it. Have a nice day, and I wish you all the best. Bye bye. I have to end the stream now, but please send the names to Telegram. Thank you. Yes, you need a laptop for the actual exams. Laptop, desktop. So you don't have to go and buy if there's no money. You just have to borrow from a friend, a cousin, an uncle. You are just using it for 1 week and you return it. Okay? Yes, everyone can try. So just contact Era Ama of I think Irama, which class is she in? Irama of 2C, yes, my very own 2C, and then she will just take you through the process. Okay? Please try and borrow, Rebecca. Okay? Bro. You can use a desktop. All you need is a webcam, and then you can get the webcam in Osu for 30, just 30 Ghana cedis. When you go to Starlet is opposite Frankie's restaurant. Starlet is opposite Frankie's restaurant. So you can get the webcam there. Just 30 Ghana cedis is less than the price of KFC. The KFC you eat is less than that, so you should be able to get it. If you have a desktop at home, it's just a plug and play USB webcam, so you don't have an issue of connecting. So please contact Irama so that Irama can help you through the process of joining the trial exams. Okay. So for the live streaming session, let's finish the exam. So we'll go on vacation. So when we go on the vacation, whichever extra thing we need to do, we'll do it. And then for photography, please, we can't do our photography this month because of the exams that's coming up. So we'll have to reschedule that. Okay, so I'm out of here. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.